Excuse me, I'm parched. Let's get this shit lined up good. All right, what's going on, everybody? Oh, wow. The weather's horrible. It was like cold as fuck last night. What's going on, everybody? It's Ultimo Gallos here. Got the weekly wrestling wrap up, and I got three episodes of TV, wrestling TV watch, two modern, one older, then a classic pay-per-view. So let's start here. We'll start off with this is Smokey Mountain Wrestling TV. This is the Jim Cornette Smokey Mountain. This is TV from July 23rd, 1994. I have not seen a lot of Smokey Mountain. I've seen pieces here and there, and I never lived in the area where it aired. I never got a channel it aired on. I've caught it. I was for a while there watching, going to sleep watching episodes of it on YouTube here. I think most of it is up on YouTube, and I'm pretty sure most of it's on WWE Network. I got a free trial. If you watch the video right before this on here, it shows you how to get a free 3 months of WWE Network. I'm using that. I thought I watch Smoky Mountain here. They'll be better quality than they are on YouTube. And they are. They look nice. All right, it's an hour-long show. Starts off, our first match will be Chris Candido versus Scott Studd. Real quick squash match. Candido wins. He's Smoky Mountain. I was going to say SWA. Smoky Mountain Wrestling TV champ now. A little bit below average because it was just a squash. And it was really short. It's like 3 to 5 minutes. It was real short. I'm like, okay. The Smoky Mountain I've seen was after this, I'm pretty sure. All right, then we got Chris Hamrick and Anthony Michaels taking on, in their first match at Smoky Mountain, the fucking Gangsters. And I've never seen Hamrick with hair like this long. Hey, I always see Hamrick like the really short hair. You know, I'm kind of like ECW era Hamrick, say Chris Hamrick I remember. You know, since then, he's got like long hair like a mullet. Anthony Michaels got a mullet. The Gangsters come out and just squash the shit out of him. And this is the one where after the match, New Jack gets an infamous promo where he's talking about, and my man, O.J. Simpson, good work. 2 less of them we got to worry about. I'm like, oh, God. I just go, gee, I wish I would have seen this originally. I would have been dying. But it's just a squash match. So 2 out of 5. And then we get our main event, which is the Thrill Seekers. That's Chris Jericho and Lance Storm. They're a tag team in Smoky Mountain. Taking on Brian Logan. Never heard of Brian Logan. And Steve Skyfire, who I looked him up, and he is like, oh, shit, the Inferno. Easy Money. That's right there. I knew you had to give it that. I remember Easy Money. He's Easy Money. And my notes say, betting this is squash, and yep, it's barely over a minute. And just because Jericho and Lance Storm are a really good tag team, I forgot how good they are as a tag team until I saw this again. I'm like, oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Another 2. So the whole show just a 2, but it was entertaining. I was entertained. You got WWE Network. I'd definitely check out Smoky Mountain Wrestling. I know a lot of people haven't watched the pay-per-views. I can give a shit less about modern WWE pay-per-views. All right. And talking about pay-per-views, that's my next thing. Now, this one's kind of special. It actually was this is the first pay-per-view I ever went to. Matter of fact, it would be the first WCW show I'd ever been to. I've been to like a Jim Crockett show before. I've been to Mid-South UWF. I've been to WWF, Glow, Gulf Coast. I'm trying to think, there's someone. Maybe Continental. I don't remember. Bunch of other feds, like smaller feds. This was in Mobile, Alabama. This was in June of '92. This is my birthday present that year from my parents. My birthday's in July, so they got me 2 tickets. Me and my father went. WCW Beach Blast '92. This is my favorite pay-per-view of all time. It's a lot of it's just because I was there. But I've been at other pay-per-views since then. This is my first. I've been to, I want to say it's like 12 now. I went to a bunch while I lived out near Houston. Going to the show here. Opens up, of course, this is Mobile. I am sitting about 5th row. Like, if they're showing down the ramp to the ring, I'm going to be on the left. I'm about 5th row, 2nd seat to the rail. They claim like 9,000. I do not remember there being no 9,000. The floor was full. The first set of bleachers was okay. And then it just got real bad. Like, it was very, very, probably 2,500, 3,000 people. It was not a lot of people there. Opening match. Now, this is, of course, 92, summer 92. Bill Watts is in charge. Matter of fact, Bill Watts shows up early on in like a black t-shirt, some black Zubaz, and a fucking fanny pack. Eric Bischoff's in there in like a Hawaiian shirt. Tony Schiavone's shaved. Really weird. So there's no off the top rope now because, Bill Watts is there. There's no match around ringside. They bring this up a lot. So our first match with nothing coming off the top rope, we get a cruiserweight match. Scotty Flamingo and Brian Pillman. And I cannot remember going into this match who the champ is. When I went and saw this live, I had not watched WCW regularly. Probably I would catch Saturday night, but I didn't watch pay-per-views. I didn't watch any of the other shows. Saturday night, I'd probably catch about twice a month. So I didn't know the storylines or anything. I knew about the no top rope. And this was a decent back and forth, but the real highlight of it is they got that big-ass entrance ramp at WCW's where it goes, it doesn't go down. It just stays level. Well, like Scotty Flamingo, Raven. He's right here, outside the ropes. Brian Pillman goes running, and he jumps, and he's trying to splash him, and Raven just kind of moves away, and Pillman just goes smack right on the ramp. It's great. 2.5 out of 5. Fun match. Next match, and this one, I was cracking up watching. It's not a great match. It's a Ron Simmons versus Terry Taylor. And it's what happened before the show. We were sitting, like I told you where we were sitting, directly like across the ring, across from us, like where the bleachers were on the far end. They had like an elevated platform they put together, like a temporary platform. And they had, I guess it was a home for like the handicapped or something like that in the area because they had like a bunch of people in wheelchairs, crutches. And I'm sitting there, as me and my father were sitting there waiting for the show to start. Matter of fact, they don't even show the dark match. I watched this on WWE. They didn't show the dark match. I can't. I'd have to look up see who was in the dark match. I don't remember. But we look across the room because people are filing in and all that handicap, physically challenged, mentally challenged people are over there. And we see Ron Simmons. Ron Simmons was there from when we walked in until they went live. He stayed over there just talking to all the people there. He was like being really cool about it. He's given this little person, midget, whatever you want to call him, dwarf. I'm not sure. I couldn't tell from the distance. Somebody of short height, a piggyback ride, like had him on his shoulders, just running around, and it looked from the distance. It looked sound like it was a kid, like younger kid, was just hooting and hollering. It was amazing. And I have a picture of this somewhere I took from my seat, and you can't really make it out real good, but Ron Simmons ends up beating Terry Taylor. Decent match. Wish I had a little more time. And this is like the Taylor-made man era. Terry Taylor. 2 out of 5, so a little bit below average. Then we get, and I forgot this was even on there, to be honest. I forgot this guy was in WCW at this time period. We got Buff Bagwell. Okay. Buff Bagwell, he's Marcus Alexander Bagwell at that. He can be okay. And he is taking on Greg Valentine, who looks like he's 80 by the time they do this match. It was an okay match, but honestly, it wasn't needed at all. Greg ends up winning with the, of course, figure 4. Could have cut down the length of this show. 2 out of 5. Then we get to the first match of the 3 for the reason why I went to this show. And this is a non-title match. We got the world champion Sting taking on Cactus Jack McFoley in a Falls Count Anywhere on the Gulf Coast match. One of my favorite matches of all time I've seen live. And if you're watching this on WWE Network at around the 52-minute mark, they're fighting like right here. Behind them, out in the crowd, if you look for it, it's a blue, like a dark blue shirt with lime green stripes going horizontal on it. Dark hair and a goatee, probably not as gray as this, definitely, but about this big. That's me. I love this match. It's just a great brawl. They do all kinds of crazy shit. Cactus takes some, because there's no pad. Cactus takes some fucking blows onto the ground. It's just like, Jesus, you know why this guy can't hardly move anymore. And so one of my all-time favorite matches for a long time, Mick Foley said this was his favorite match. He's had a couple of topped it since then, but this is probably my favorite WCW match. If you include Jim Crockett, WCW, and all that shit, probably my favorite. 4 out of 5. Just so damn good. Then we get the next match. And another one of the reasons I want to go to this show, because tickets were like $15, $20 cheap. They're fairly, you can't even hardly go to an indie show for $15 now. Well, this is 1992. That's quite a while back. It's a 30-minute Iron Man match. It's the first Iron Man match I remember hearing about. I don't think the Brett Shawn one happened yet. Ricky Steamboat taking on Rick Rude. And the way they played this was so good. Like, Rick ends up getting 2 pins about 10, 11 minutes into the 30 minutes. And the cool thing was, at the show, we didn't get this. But at the on the pay-per-view, they have a clock down the corner countdown. Well, Rude ends up getting 2 pins fairly quick. Then he goes and he gets DQ'd on purpose. Like, I remember he low blows Steamboat if I remember right, or like chokes him too long or something. So Steamboat ends up getting 1, and Rude's still at 2, but it really disadvantages Steamboat. Rude ends up getting another pin, so he's 3-1. And then we're getting near the end, and Steamboat just all of a sudden gets 3 pins. Fairly good, and there's like 30 seconds on Rude's trying his best to get that final pin. And ends up winning 4-3. Really fucking good match. This would have been a match of the show if it wasn't for Sting versus Captain Shaq. 3.5 out of 5. I wish it had been an hour-long Iron Man match, and they could have cut out like Greg Valentine. They could have cut out Ron Simmons. Yeah, they could have cut out a lot. But hey, good, really good match. Then we get a 6-man tag with special referee Ole Anderson. We got Barry Windham, Dustin Rhodes, and Nikita Koloff. I'm like, wow, Nikita Koloff was even still around WCW at this time. I did not pay a lot of attention to WCW that closely at this time. Versus Arn Anderson, Bobby Eaton, and Steve Austin. This is the Dangerous Alliance. And as I say in my notes here, thankfully Nikita's not allowed to do much because never been much of a fan of Nikita at all. In this match, you got 5 damn good wrestlers, and you got Nikita. And I don't think I've watched this match since I was live at the show. Usually, I had this on a VHS for years, like somebody recorded. I watch Cactus Sting match, I watch Iron Man, I watch a main event. That's about it. You know, the rest of the show, yeah. I forgot how fun this match was. Wyndham Rhodes and Koloff ended up winning by DQ. 2.5 match. I mean, not great, but worth watching. Then we get our main event, and this is the one I was just hyped as hell for because you got my 2 favorite tag teams at the time face each other. You got the Steiners, Rick and Scott, who, of course, I'd watch Rick and Mid-South UWF. Scott, I've seen a little bit in WCW, versus 2 of my favorite wrestlers of all time, Terry Gordy and C. Dr. Def Williams, the Miracle Violence Connection. And this match is the reason why when I saw the poster, I saw the I didn't know it was going to be the main match. I was like, oh, shit, I got to see that. Because I was in Mobile. I was in Mobile at the record store, and I had a poster. I was trying to remember where I was when I found out about the show. But, man, see William Terry Gordy fan since I was a kid. Loved Steiners for years. Pretty sure it's the first time I'd seen Scott live. I'd seen all the other guys in their Mid-South UWF days at least once live. I do wonder if these 2 teams are facing each other in Japan. I hope so, but I'll have to look that up. Anyway, great fucking match. Brutal and stiff. Perfect. It would be a perfect match for me, but it'd be in a time limit draw. And I don't really mind a time limit draw, but not when you're going to be the main event of a pay-per-view. I would have had this earlier and put like Sting and Cactus as the main event, or Rude and Dragon, Ricky Steamboat, something else. 3.5 though. So overall show 2.86. Good show, really good show. Like I said, my favorite pay-per-view of all time. Okay, what we got next? All right, this will be quick. Ring of Honor episode 425. Watch it on Fight, but now it's on like the Fox Sports regional channels. It's on Charge. It's on Stadium. If you have a Sinclair-owned station in your area, it airs on that more than likely. Well, I've been saying, how Ring of Honor's, 1 or 2 matches a week. We only get 1 this week, but this is the PCO beat Marty Scurll for the it was a little tournament they had down in New Orleans, and the winner gets a shot at the title. If I remember right, because I watched this a couple days ago. Really, really good match. Wish I'd been there live to say I heard it was even more amazing. I love me some PCO. Marty Scurll is really good, and I'm gonna hate it when he leaves Ring of Honor to go wherever he is going. Got a feeling he's going to go to AEW, and I watch a lot of AEW. There's no AEW Dark this week. They had 2 last week, and I have not watched all of 6 yet. I just don't watch all AEW. But good match, 3 out of 5. Worth watching. Worth tracking down Ring of Honor, especially if you can record and just fast forward through all the clippy stuff and just watch the match. But yeah, it was decent. All right, then we got our last one here. This is NWA Powerrr, episode 6. This is Wednesday. I'm live. Wow. This is right there in the corner. Right there. Oh, right about there. But the NWA Powerrr 6, this just aired yesterday. I didn't get to watch it. I was watching Beach Blast. Got a lot of matches. Kind of surprised me. You got more matches than you normally do. First one was Trevor Murdoch taking on Caleb Conley. So good to keep on seeing Trevor Murdoch. I was a fan of his in WWE. I liked what I saw him outside WWE was good. And then like he went to Harley Race's school and just kind of disappeared. I don't know. Caleb Conley is good. Surprised that Trevor Murdoch won. Whoa. Surprised that Trevor Murdoch won this because I heard he's like kind of wanting to wrap it up and retire. And Conley's still a young guy, but good little match. Good way to open the show. 2.5 out of 5. Then we get a tag, which is Marty Bell and Thunder Rosa. You know, they just kind of teamed up last week. Taking on Brooklyn, Creed, and Crystal Rose. And it wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. And this is how is it that the women's division in NWA is more entertaining than the ones in AEW, WWE, or Ring of Honor? Because honestly, the women in NWA Powerrr, you got like Thunder Rosa is pretty good. Allison Kay is pretty good. Ashley Vox is decent. Who else they got that's good? Marty Bell's not really that good. She's okay. Brooklyn, Creed, Crystal Rose, the Grunge Girl, they're okay. You know, they got better wrestlers than the other groups. It's just they're not working right. This has good storylines. Rosa is just brutal as fuck in this match. The crowd's like super behind her, chanting for her. And they pumped up like throughout the breaks. They're pumping up. You know that she done the MMA fight for Combates Americos. Is that the group? But 2 out of 5. It's a squash, but a short, fun squash. Then, of course, we finally get to see the question mark. They've been showing the commercials for this guy, and I don't get it. And it's Dan Parker ends up losing to the question mark. And I know Parker can do better. So it was a fast squash, 1.5 out of 5. I was kind of disappointed. Then our final match. Kingston and Homicide taking on the NWA Tag Champs. Bram and Royce Isaacs, the wild cards. And I just wish Isaac had different parts because Isaacs is pretty good, but Bram's crap. Bram is not good. The wild cards ended up winning. Most roster comes out to argue with each other. 2 out of 5. This show kind of peaked with that first match. Overall, the show got a 2, which is not bad, but I was just kind of disappointed. It's probably probably the worst episode they've had. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't as good as it usually is. They're putting some shit on here today. Nope. And of course, I always try to show off some stuff from my wrestling collection. And this time, if you saw the thumbnail, you know what one of them is. This is, as far as I know, this is the only DVD release from this company. This is the Great Southern 8, second annual Great Southern 8, November 16th, AIWF, American Independent Wrestling Federation, I think is what that is. Pro Wrestling Ego presents the Great Southern 8 tournament. We got Sugar Dunkerton on this side. We got Joe Kane over here. We got, who else is in this? 8 wrestlers from across the southern U.S. vying for a chance to be the best. Pro Wrestling Ego presents the second annual Great Southern 8 tournament. DVD and graphics by Russell Monkey Designs at facebook.com/RussellMonkey. And it's got a nice label. Now, it is a burnt disc. And this whole thing is on YouTube, on at least one channel, probably the Pro Wrestling Ego channel. This is probably the closest thing I got until at the time frame, closest thing I had to a local indie. What was this? I don't have a year on this anywhere. So they said the 8th, 9th? It's about 7 years ago. They run the Greater Jackson area. They run all over the state. They run the Greater Jackson area. Cool DVD. I'm going to give a shout out to Body Slam Media Productions, Kobe Rutland. He bought this, ended up giving it to me because I'm always hooking him up with DVDs. Like, dude, here, take this. And then this one here. This is a Big Vision Entertainment, and High Spots did this one. This is Omega Uncommon Passions. And you can see on there's a signature. That is Matt Hardy. I met Matt Hardy down in New Orleans at a Wildcat show. Got him signing. He actually commented that he hardly ever gets asked to sign these back then because this was 2008, and that would be when I met Matt. What year was that? It was at least past 2012. I'm trying to think. No, it was like 2013 or 2014. I don't remember now. But he said he hardly ever got asked to sign this. He didn't even have copies for sale at Stable Comics probably. Good little set. Basically, it's just a history. In 1997, a group of young men in the Carolinas set out to establish a promotion that would be the next step in the evolution of professional wrestling. Bringing together American-style, Japanese-strong style, and Mexican lucha libre, the promotion was called Omega, Organization of Modern Extreme Grappling Arts, which began as a group of friends wanting to wrestle by their rules, ended as being one of the most inspirational stories in wrestling history. Omega, Uncommon Passion, tells the story of the passion of the man who created the legacy of Omega. Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, the men who created the legacy of Omega. Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, Shannon Moore, Shane Helms, Joey Matthews, Christian York, Jason Arndt, Champagne, Steve Corino, Otto Schwanz, and more. Hear them reminisce about their experiences, the blood, sweat, and tears. One match is the documentary, which is fairly long. The second disc is the matches. Really good set. You can find these still fairly cheap. I think technically it's out of print, but they're not hard to find. Definitely worth tracking down. But that's it for now. I hope everybody enjoyed that. Mags, you want to come tell everybody bye-bye? Come here, babe. Come here, Mags. Come here. Come on. Up here. Up here. Up here. Come on. Okay. Good girl. Hey. Say everybody bye-bye. You want to bye-bye? You don't want to? Okay. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed that. And remember, if you did, click that thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Thank you, everybody. Leaves comments, subscribes, and watches. Latest.